Yeah, it can be a tough compound to push. You basically can't push it from the west or the south. You're just completely screwed if you try to, for the most part. But yeah, there are those hills to the north and to the east of it, and I thought there was a moment where Afrika Freaks at least considered it, but they were not able to do it. They had to deal with infantry first, and that was a mess, as we saw the result of that in game number 2. Game number 3, back over to Erangel. Plane is up. And who is going to be the winner now? ENCE does join us for game number 3 here. Toby, are they going to be the first team to punch their ticket after joining the lobby right away?
Could you imagine the one-game win? Coming in, winning it, and leaving to go, well, that was all for us this week. That felt pretty good. We saw the first couple of games, and now we're ready to go. They jumped out of the plane already. You can see the Finnish players flying towards Yasnaya. I'm assuming they're going to continue that flight for a little further towards the north. And I gotta say, I mean, if there's a team, as much as everybody, of course, want to grab their chances to play at the weekly finals, ENCE had back-to-back second-place finishes in their weekly survivals last week. They were actually, alongside with DA for a big portion of it, playing extremely well. They just could not bring home that chicken dinner when they had to. And I think if there's one team that really want to go out and say, you know what, let's just get in here, get a win, and leave again, that's going to be ENCE.
Yeah, I mean, ENCE has always struck me as a positional-based team, a team that plays very quiet and tries to get into the late game based on outmaneuvering you. But Orange is going to run over Rustenmar right away and gets out of the vehicle to BM him a little and punches him down. As that is not what we wanted to see. We might have jinxed them a little bit here. Toby and Detonation Gaming White does get the drop. Yasnaya, they're going to go to the other side. Gen.G is over here as well, so it's kind of clustered up towards this Yasnaya area.
Are you going to do it with the 2x? I'm waiting to see Tixer fall out of the vehicle, but we're not seeing it happen. Squeaky, next one to be targeted. Not going to happen either. Well, I guess we... I was just going to say, I guess we can see TSM doing it now. ENCE are doing it as well, but I guess ENCE are coming in here with a little more style points. What are we watching?
Well... And almost in the exact same spot that we saw Vard go down, Squeaky finds his death as well. Now, Tixu gets bolted in the head by Wookie Bookie, one of the best bolters in the business. We were remiss without mentioning him, I feel. He does pick up the finish onto Tixu as well. Yeah, it was a rough sledding for ENCE, no doubt about it. Pio up on that hill still, looking to put some more damage onto other teams. This time it's Furia. 4AM rolls up behind Furia, and instantly Raspu gets a very nice knock, catches a tire, spins the vehicle out of Godby. He's trying to readjust. Raspu's having none of it. He's handling 4AM so well, and he gets the wipe on 4AM. Raspu, what a play.
What? First guy out of the vehicle, you go, okay, great shot. Second guy, he attacks 3 times, and then he gets a double spray down on the last 2 players there. What a hell of a solo performance. Normally you go, okay, it was a team effort, but this was all Raspu. Holy moly of a meltdown. Wow.
I mean, Toby, that's going to be one of the top 5 from the tournament. I don't feel it gets much better than that. For Raspu, the team from Lat AM doing it. He's incredible in that moment. There's a lot of really strong players. Of course, I think we all talk about Sparking as being one of the best, but Raspu's strutting his stuff there as Afrika runs into O. Threlo trying to dodge back and forth behind this vehicle, gets the headshot onto EJ. Akan's very weak. One more bullet's going to do it. He does get the knock on it there, and it's Sonics from behind, but TSM gets involved as well. So there's a 4-way battle going on.
No, Akan headshot Hikari when he was peeking. That's why it was so low HP when he peeked around the corner. Now Snakers does fall. Reload is going to be flushed as well, but oh, that could have gone so much better for Afrika Freaks had a card not, well, put a bullet in the back to the head of Hikari.
Yeah, just a bit of a misstep there as Afrika was kind of in disarray trying to push through into this, as there's a lot of cover, a lot of places that potentially, oh my god, that grenade actually catches, bounces off the roof, hits Pat Caps for 33 damage. Mime over to try and res their team leader H-Win with Furia below them, and Onyx going to take Rusty Zera down as they continue to try to make their way in from this northwestern side.
Nade almost perfect. A little further would have been absolutely golden. Pat Caps gets the heal on up. We'll throw one more up there. Let's see if he can get anything with it. The Observer's already there, ready and waiting. not gonna do anything. As I say that, Akad actually falls down. Hansia is alone now up against Patcaps. It's a 1v1. Whoever wins this one will be able to not only stay alive, but also res a teammate, and it's gonna be Patcaps. Gets the kill, will be able to get Snakers, I believe, up alive as well, but the adventure is far from over. They still have a long journey ahead of them. Na'Vi sending it down towards the south. They're gonna be running straight into infantry. I can see it happening already. Here they come. The battle is about to commence once more.
All right, some throwables being there, and Na'Vi just drives right by. In fact, Tab catches bullying in transition, and Navi's actually going to push on through. Now they're going to run into TSG, who's taken the center compound in these hills in between the forest. Grenade underneath 8 now as we switch over to Virtus Pro and FaZe in a bit of retreat, but they're going to have to leave 8 out on his own. It's actually going to be Zenon from behind who catches him. Gustav as well gets into Batulins, and it's actually going to be Machao, that takes Batulin down. So everybody's trying to get into the center of this forest, but there's quite a few teams already dug in.
Yeah.
It is going to be up to these two to get the job done for them now.
The Let's Have Snakes are ready and waiting. Can they find the first? No, they don't. They don't succeed in holding it off, and they go down. Oh, Necro. I thought he was going to get that one down, but no. Misses on H when it simply took so long. Had they got the first knock instantly, they could have paid off for them. But now you see Oath as well. Just 2 players alive as well. They want to hold off Sonics, and they're throwing nades to try and do the damage now. Mime down to have HP. Oh, that Molly. Oh, just a bit too far. I thought it was going to clip the fence there. Would have been perfect, but not quite the case.
Yeah, some really good throwables earlier from Patcaps against Afrika. Good frags and a good stun around the corner to finish the job, but doesn't quite find any knocks or finishes with that one. Precisely. I really like what I'm seeing from Detonation Gaming White into this game. Some good rotations, recognizing that the forest is open. They get into it after making that rotation around Gen.G. Now, Gen.G is being very quiet on the western edge. They have taken control over a good quarter of this circle. But let's focus on this fight between K7 and a good grenade from Lockslock. It's going to get the job done, finishing TSM off.
Third time's the charm, through 2 in there to get the aim on point. Last one is going to be right on them. That's going to take them down. Ooh, but you know there's a gold mine in the shack down there. It's just about finding a way to get it. I think he's sending an Onyx over. Could you take a look down towards the shack? Because I think if I get a nade in there, there's going to be a good chance for you to get some kills on the outside. Unfortunately, first one not quite going where he wanted it to. And I think if you're Pio in this situation, first of all, as you can see, he's all on his own up towards the north face out in 10th. But Pio... yes, thank you. He's backing off. I would think you can't get the angle. You know there are people on quarry that could shoot at you potentially. Back off. Let them sit down there. Other teams will deal with them. You don't have to.
It's going to be rough sledding going forward. Virtus Pro sends it into Detonation Gaming. They're going to fully get out of this vehicle. C's trying to hold the line. Going to get knocked.
How in the universe were they allowed to drive past TSG there without any warning at all? Completely catching Detonation Gaming White by surprise. And as much as I'm complimenting Detonation Gaming White for their heads-up plays and smart rotations we've seen from them in this game in particular, a full-on surprise by VP ain't gonna be nothing they can stop, at least not this time around. Now attack all around. They're pulling up on TSG. They were cowering in the compound, and they are starting to feel hurt. Spit falls. Peng is already down. Nades thrown through in. Volibear finds Janku as well. Just Jair's left alive here in what seems like a push that will come to an end very shortly.
Yeah, even Esther clipping some damage into Jayers as he walks forward with grenade in hand. That one isn't going to catch anybody from TSG, nobody outside of the shack, as I think they are just desperately trying to get to their teammates, seeing if they can get anything. Esther's going to find a crate drop for himself, and it's going to be the AWM available for the veteran Gen.G player. Now, Jair still holding an angle, waiting to see if he could get anybody from TSG. He's going to find one with that spray, goes for the finish, but there's just too much for him to handle. TSG fends off yet another push.
In no universe should one of the attack all-around players ever have been allowed to get that flush. There are 3 alive in the compound. Go out, get him wiped, secure that kill, get 4 players back up alive. I do not know how that came to be, but there are many questions to be asked. Also, how in the universe did attack all-around allow for Virtus Pro to get away from that shack? That's a whole other discussion. I'm hoping to hear something from the desk breaking down how they allowed for Virtus Pro to get a chance in this game. Erutsen now falls, but Lewis immediately there with the trade. Let's see if they can hold off here. They lost Batulins early. It's the second knock on Erutsen, so he is taking down a little faster, and we still have all the players of infantry alive in the shack. Still, Virtus Pro stays alive. K7 out of the equation in 8th.
Yeah, it's a fantastic maneuver by Spyro, recognizing that the last thing that Lockslock had seen or heard was straight ahead of him. So Spyro gets on the off angle, catches him out. Now, somehow, some way, Sonic's in the middle of all this chaos, able to get Tickleton forward to the edge of the quarry wall. Gen.G with 4 up continues to control so much of this circle quietly. Everybody else busy fighting over on the east. And again, we talked about it early on, Toby, that them able to come from that west side, particularly with how hard shifted the circle was, so good for them. Gokuri going to fall to VP as I say that, but it's looking very, very good right now for Gen.G.
Now, because PO backs off, they get to keep 4 alive, they get to sit tight. And, well, I mean, for Tickleton's perspective, he has to sit tight as well, because he has a whole firing squad looking at, what?
I was going to say, if there's any player in the world who can... Okay, well...
If there's what paper then? Sorry?
I was going to say, if there's a solo snake who can get it done, it's Tickleton. But in this case, Lou puts him down with the bolt. A lot of players rocking the bolt because of that hard-shifted circle, opting to prioritize position. Yeah, and I think it's just that that Esther picked up really kind of puts a psychological effect into you, because that gun, once players get heated up with it, can really cause problems. Those knocks come so quickly, and you're able to really bottleneck TSG inside of that compound. Infantry has to make their move. A lot of smoke still available for them. They're making pretty good use of it so far, but Virtus Pro still has the high ground around them. Lou finds the knock on to Boliang. Longsker and 9 trying to move back into the smokes to keep themselves at least a little bit obscured, and it's going to force Longsker to put another one down, but Spyro up over the side, going to find one. Lou finds a little bit damage into Longsker. The walls closing in here on top of infantry, but Gen.G springs to life, takes Hiruzen down.
And they have to do this. The more damage they can do now, but keep in mind they still don't know of PO's position. The more damage they can do now, the easier potential in-game fight becomes, should they have to take the fight to them up close. Peng tried to push forward. I like the idea. Unfortunately, neither Volley or Amsia, sorry, are there to help, so a little over-aggressive on that one. Tried to go up, tried to get information while they were focused elsewhere, but does not work out the way that he wanted it to.
Yeah, this could be a double kill potentially waiting to happen eventually, but infantry actually going to opt to push into Virtus Pro and try to get away from the other teams over to their west, get up over the hill and see if they can get it done, but it just isn't going to happen. There just isn't any room for it now. PO, easy spray down, easy knock. Longsker over there, the double for PO. No problem, but Lou is aware of it. Lou heard the shots, but TSG is going to get the angle onto it first. Doesn't matter. PO sees the head, gets the knock onto Lou.
Gen.G has this on complete lockdown. So good PUBG we're watching right now. Now, PO does fall. Spiro gets him down. It's the only player left alive for the team TSG. It's you if you want to have any chance of damaging Gen.G here, but it ain't happening right now. Anonix finds Volley, but Yamcha falls as well, and now it's a 3-on-1. It's just Spiro left alive.
And he's extremely hurt. No chance for him. Gen.G is going to take game number 3, establishing control over that western side of the quarry, moving their way down, never letting go. And they take the win here.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, or die from last child. I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud 9, and this 9 is never on vacation. Start up that mind.